Some voices don't just sing. They tell stories, they touch hearts, and they leave echoes that never fade. Roberta Flack was one of those voices. Her soulful ballads, like Killing Me Softly with His Song and The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, didn't just top the charts. They became timeless anthems of love, heartbreak, and human connection. But let me ask you, do you remember the first time you heard one of her songs? How did it make you feel? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's celebrate her legacy together. Now, let's explore the story of the woman behind the music, the challenges she overcame, the hearts she touched, and the legacy she leaves behind. Roberta Flack was born in Black Mountain, North Carolina, in 1937. From a young age, she showed a remarkable talent for music. She was drawn to the piano, not just as an instrument, but as a passion. By the time she was just 9 years old, she was already playing classical pieces, mastering compositions far beyond her years. Her gift didn't go unnoticed. Teachers, musicians, even family and friends, everyone saw the brilliance in her. At just 15 years old, she achieved something extraordinary, a full scholarship to Howard University. Can you imagine? 15 years old, walking into one of the most prestigious institutions in the country. A teenager surrounded by students years older, yet standing out as a true prodigy. Her dream? To become a classical pianist. She studied tirelessly, mastering the works of Bach, Beethoven, and Chopin. But fate had a different plan. What started as a pursuit of classical music would soon evolve into something far greater. Her journey was only just beginning. Roberta Flack's journey to stardom didn't happen overnight. At first, she dreamed of becoming a classical pianist. She spent years perfecting her craft, studying the works of Mozart, Chopin, and Rachmaninoff. But something was missing. Music wasn't just about technique for Roberta. It was about feeling, soul, expression. She started playing at small clubs and lounges, accompanying singers, experimenting with jazz, blues, and soul. And then, something changed. One night in a Washington, D.C. nightclub, she decided to sing. Her voice? Powerful, soulful, unlike anything people had heard before. Word spread quickly, and soon she was discovered by Atlantic Records. That moment? Life-changing. Then came the song that would make her a legend. The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. A song so hauntingly beautiful that it caught the attention of Clint Eastwood. He featured it in his 1971 film Play Misty for Me. And just like that, Roberta Flack became a superstar. The song shot to #1, won on the Billboard charts. It won the Grammy for Record of the Year in 1973, and the very next year, she did it again. In 1974, Killing Me Softly with His Song took home the same award, making Roberta the first artist ever to win Record of the Year 2 years in a row. Her voice, her music, was now unstoppable. But this was just the beginning. Roberta Flack's voice was more than just music. It was emotion, soul, a sound that could make you feel every lyric, every note, deep inside. She didn't just sing songs, she told stories, and when she sang Killing Me Softly with His Song, the world listened. This song? Killing me softly. It wasn't just a hit, it was an experience. The moment those first soft piano notes played and her voice entered, time seemed to stop. It climbed to #1 on the Billboard charts, won the Grammy for Record of the Year, and decades later, it became a cultural icon, inspiring the Fugees' legendary 1996 version. But that was just one of her timeless classics. Then there was Feel Like Makin' Love, a song dripping with warmth and intimacy, smooth, sensual, effortless. When it dropped in 1974, it went straight to number one. But Roberta wasn't just about solo hits. Some of her most iconic moments came in duets, and no duet was more unforgettable than Where Is the Love with Donny Hathaway. The chemistry? Undeniable. Their voices? Pure magic. It became an instant classic. A song that still defines the golden era of soul and R&B. But what made Roberta truly one of a kind was her ability to blend genres. She wasn't just soul. She wasn't just jazz. She wasn't just folk or R&B. She was all of them, fused together, effortlessly. Her influence? Massive, from Lauryn Hill to Alicia Keys to countless artists who followed in her footsteps. Her music shaped generations, inspired millions, defined an era, and yet it still feels timeless, even today. When you hear her voice, it still moves you, still gives you chills. That is the power of Roberta Flack. Roberta Flack's music was filled with emotion, but behind the voice, there was a story of struggles, friendships, and resilience. One of the most important relationships in her life was with Donny Hathaway. Their voices, perfectly matched, their harmonies, unforgettable. Together, they created magic. Songs like Where Is the Love and The Closer I Get to You weren't just hits. They were timeless love songs, but behind the music, there was pain. Donny Hathaway battled mental illness, and despite their deep connection, his struggles created tension between them. Then, in 1979, tragedy struck. Donny Hathaway was gone. His passing left a deep wound in Roberta's heart. Their music lived on, but a piece of her was never the same. And then, there were the challenges. Roberta was a black woman in an industry dominated by men. She had to fight for respect, for recognition, for her place at the top. She didn't fit into a box. She wasn't just R&B, or just jazz, or just pop. Some industry executives didn't know how to label her, but Roberta? She didn't care. She made music on her own terms. Outside the spotlight, she was private, reserved. She wasn't the type to chase fame or drama. She let her music do the talking. In her later years, she gave back, founding the Roberta Flack School of Music, ensuring that the next generation would have the opportunity to follow their dreams. Her life, full of triumphs and heartbreak. Her legacy, unshakable. She was more than just a singer. She was a force, a woman who overcame, inspired, changed music forever. And that is the true story of Roberta Flack. Roberta Flack's voice defined an era. But in 2022, the world received heartbreaking news. She was diagnosed with ALS, a disease that would slowly take away her ability to sing, to speak, to share her gift. For someone whose life was built on music, it was devastating. But even as her voice faded, her impact never did. She had already built something greater, a legacy that would live on. She dedicated herself to giving back, founding the Roberta Flack School of Music to help young artists pursue their dreams. Because for Roberta, music wasn't just about fame. It was about expression, freedom, a voice for those who needed one. And that is why her influence reached across generations. When news broke of Roberta Flack's passing, the world stopped. Fans, fellow musicians, entire communities came together to mourn, to celebrate, to remember. Alicia Keys called her a timeless inspiration. Lauryn Hill, whose own career was shaped by Roberta's music, simply said she was the blueprint. Tributes flooded in from everywhere. Social media, filled with messages of love. Fans sharing their favorite songs, their memories, the moments where Roberta's music changed their lives. Because for so many, her songs weren't just songs. They were healing, comfort, magic. Roberta Flack didn't just make hits. She made history. She reshaped soul, R&B, jazz, folk. She broke barriers as a black woman in an industry that often tried to limit her. She refused to be boxed in, refused to be defined by trends. And that's why her music still feels timeless. Because even today, artists still sample her work, cover her songs, look to her as inspiration. Her voice, her story, will never fade. Roberta Flack's journey was one of talent, struggle, resilience, and greatness. She gave us music that spoke to the soul, and a legacy that will last forever. But now, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Roberta Flack song? What moment from her music stayed with you? Drop a comment below. Share your memories, and let's keep her spirit alive. And if you love stories about legendary musicians, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos, because some voices should never be forgotten.